Welcome to Chump Change, everybody. The post show where we hear the truth behind the lies, and we are once again joined by Chris, Connor, Zach, and John. Welcome back, all. We got some stories to hear for sure. There was some very colorful lies. You were extremely lied to. Yeah, there was a series of episodes like in a row. I feel like where everyone was getting their own fact and like everyone was telling the truth. And I even think the first time Gavin was on Chump, he didn't lie once. And after the show, he's like, "I really wish I got to lie." I was like, "I'm sorry. I'll try to make sure you do next time." But let's hear the reality of these envelope stories. So I kind of want to save Connor's because I'm just so interested. Uh, but I can go down the line that I have them right here. So John. So the story, a hillbilly once followed me home. This is the one the audience is trying to figure out. What's the story there? Where did it happen? And why did it happen?
There was a short stint of my life where I thought I was a badass, and soon found out I wasn't, and have kept that truth in my heart for the rest of my life. But driving down the street behind a gentleman in a truck, it was like a one-lane street. He was going so goddamn slow, and he finally turned off. As he turned left and I kept going, I just flipped him off as I went by.
Oh,
He had to look in his rearview mirror. I drove all the way home, pulled into, actually not even my own home. I pulled into a friend's home, into his driveway.
Whoa.
Pulled in. He pulls in behind me, gets out, and starts calling me out for flipping him off. I'm like 100-pound little scared tiny thing, and this guy is trying to like scare me with his big old broy truck and bro nature. I'm sure he went home and told this story to all of his wonderful bros about how he really showed this little twink that you can't flip people off. Scared the shit out of me, and I never flipped anybody off ever again. Just also don't do that. Don't follow. If someone flips you off, process it and move on. Don't follow people to their home. Don't do that.
How do you not know he didn't go to book club after with some single mothers and just go like, I don't know, I just felt totally emasculated. I just really lost myself in the moment. I wish I could go back and apologize to this young twink.
the nicest person in the world.
I just don't know what happened. My programming.
The real sad story, a part of it, is that it could have ended so much better for me if my friend had come out, because the friend's house that I was at was my 330-pound, 6'4" football friend, who, if he had come out, would have scared the living daylights out of this brosif. But unfortunately, it was just me and my little hairless butt.
Just you.
I'm sorry. Please don't kill me. California.
It's in California.
Yeah,
I know it well.
Well, yeah, that's it. Road rage. Don't do it. Don't take part in it. You know, just move. Like John said, move along. Just always move along. Zach hugged a celebrity on stage at his college graduation. What celebrity and what was the situation?
Yeah, well, Connor and I did go to the same college, so that you probably did. It's Dan Rather. Yes,
I knew it had to be something super obscure.
It was.
I thought you were going to say the other celebrity famously.
I don't know if Dan Rather's obscure, but he definitely was soft. Connor kind of reached into my subconscious there and pulled that detail out.
I have to know what sequence in getting your graduation stuff leads you to hugging them.
So we did our school specific one. Like we did the big graduation where like nobody walked because the school was massive in like the stadium. And then we did our school specific graduation that was much smaller. And so this was like the entertainments, whatever. You also are correct, Annenberg school. But like he's either an alum or like one of those people with an honorary degree. I don't know. It's like a good journalism school. Like there's a handful of like well-known journalist figures that have gone there, and he was on stage as like part of the thing, and you were just supposed to like walk up, get your diploma, shake his hand, shake the like dean's hand or whatever, and then like walk off. And then like Dan reached his hand out for the handshake, and I just went like no, and like just gave him a big old bear hug. And like and at first he was like kind of surprised, and then he like embraced it, and he was like give me like the pat on the shoulder. And
You gotta
like,
shoot your shot. You gotta shoot your shot.
man.
You initiated
I was
the
like,
hug.
yeah.
Dan Rather.
It wasn't even planned or anything. It was like I kind of blacked out until I like got back to my seat, and I was like, and I had literally by the time I got back to my seat, I had like 14 text messages from friends and family that were like, "What the fuck was that?
Why'd you hug Dan Rather?"
Big fan of your work, sir.
Just bring it in. Bring it.
Yeah, the second he made a Twitter, I jumped on that real quick. I was like, "Hey, we go way back."
you.
Yeah. Remember me?
So that brings us to Connor, right? So when I got the list of all of the, we get a list of all the lies and the possible stories, or the truths rather, than the possible stories that we can go with. And Christian normally like highlights the ones he's like, I think we should go with these ones. This was, I mean, I read this highlighted one and was like, well, yeah, I mean, that's what we're using. It just says, I once founded a Jewish a cappella group. I am not Jewish. It's like a separate sentence after it, which I love.
Gotta ask a question before Connor gives any info. Gotta ask one question before Connor gives any info. Name.
Okay. Do you have a guess? It is a pun.
No, I have to know what stupid name you came up with
Oh,
for this
no.
acapella group. What was it?
I will happily tell you. Can you hear me clearly? My vmix is a little weird.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, cool. It broke up for a second. So it was called Jukebox.
Oh my god.
And I will say I was a co-founder. I didn't concept that name. I wish I could take credit for it, but it, JEWKE Jukebox.
Jukebox.
So
Oh,
good. Better than I could have expected.
Oh wow, it really blew me away.
It's pretty good.
Oh
I was
god.
playing with menorah and
Yeah,
I was going way
Mom,
into like
Tom.
Jewish nomenclature, like not right there on the surface with
Yeah.
Mazel
Jukebox.
melodies or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
Better
like
than
maybe if
anything
it's
I
like
could've
you're
come up with.
doing jazz standards, you could be like Meshuggah Classics.
So how
kind of a
did
stretch.
this
Anyway.
happen?
Well, the great shame of my college career is I didn't get into any of the main a cappella groups on campus. My first year or any year, but my roommate and I both failed our fall semester freshman year, and he was extremely Jewish, just the most Jewish person, and he had connections at the Hallel, and he said, "Hey," I came in one day and he was like, "I have an in for us to get into an a cappella group." I was like, "Go on." He's like, "It's called Jukebox and it's a Jewish a cappella group." I was like, that's cool. I am not Jewish." And he's like, "I know. I am a goy." I mean, very obviously. But he said, "It's actually just a loophole so we can get funding from the Hallel because it's a Jewish group." I was like, okay. And so
God.
I was one of, I think, 4 or 5 starting members, and we had tryouts, and I was told it was, it was like a loophole, but we do like stuff that was composed and written by Jewish artists. So like, some Hall & Oates stuff. And I was like, well, Jack Antonoff's Jewish. Maybe we can do some like fun stuff. This is 2012. But I actually did learn Ol Javom Shalom Enenu, which goes a little something like this. Ol Javom Shalom Enenu. And I did quit because it wasn't Ol Javom Shalom Enenu. I don't remember all the
Like
other
a
words. I don't remember the rest of the
swing
Yiddish.
Oh my
I know.
god.
And I did eventually like duck out. I was like, I don't have anything against the idea. I just don't think it's me. And so they actually went on to have, they went, well, yes, they went on to have actually a pretty successful career, relatively speaking. Like they did shows around campus. They were fairly well known as like a B tier a cappella group. So
you're like the Pete Best of this group. You dipped right before they hit their mainstream success.
That's right. And I've regretted the day ever since. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it because it is true.
Wow.
Well,
It's a very
Chris,
good story, Connor.
Chris, I
Thank you
don't
very
blame
much.
you I don't really
Yeah.
blame you for not getting any points. That was a series of tales right there.
That hurt. That hurt.
I
was
feel like
lied
even
to
if
by
we
my
heard
friends.
those, you wouldn't have believed them.
No.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty
That-
par for
I'm-
the course for the stories I told today.
Yeah. That was
It really.
pro level liar,
Oh, man.
Connor.
Jukebox is, I mean, that's the name of the episode. Well, I don't know if I want to give it away, so maybe it won't be. I like the reveal. Regardless, I want to thank all you guys for being on the episode. Thank you for sticking around for Chump Change. And to all of you watching, Chump Change will be back next week. So thank you for being a first member. We really appreciate that. And remember, Chump itself is at 5 p.m. Central Time on RTTV. So tune in so you can play along, be in the chat, and get some points. Good luck to you. We'll see you next week. Bye.